Hello and welcome to another stuffy-nosed episode of the Weekly Deathmatch. I'm still a little bit plague-riddled. It's getting to be beyond a joke, but I've not come here to complain about that today. I've come here to talk about some things that have happened in my week. Real quick, I just wanted to say, this is Unreal Tournament 2004, and despite the fact that it's the Unreal Tournament I have the most hours in on Steam, it's definitely the one I'm least familiar with. I think most of the Unreal Tournament, and I've been over this in a previous Weekly Deathmatch, but whatever. I think most of the experience I've had in this game has been insta-give, and here I'm just playing it regular mode, basically. 12 bots, skilled, and some of the gameplay's a bit rusty, I guess, or not that great, just because I'm not used to this game. And honestly, I made this video with the intention of like getting into making more Unreal Tournament videos, because it's the first in the map cycle. My idea was, if I do another Unreal Tournament video, it'll be the next one and the next one and so on, skipping deck, because I've already done that one in every single game. But I'm not sure if I will come back to this one very often, because I don't know, I just don't really like the feel of the gameplay, and I think that's something that's changed over the course of some years. I don't know, we'll see what happens. But anyway, I have been playing Assassin's Creed Origins again. So basically what happened is, with all of the hype around Odyssey, when that was announced, I finally bothered to kind of look at Origins, because I had not really been paying much attention to the series. So for those of you who don't know, Assassin's Creed Origins is set in Egypt. I'm not sure if you can really call it ancient Egypt. It's kind of like around the time that the Greeks, like their empire is underway and stuff like that. So, but it's Egypt during that time, and it's one of the most different Assassin's Creeds of them all. Like, they took a year off or whatever to properly design this one, so it's a good game in its own right rather than a copy paste of a previous formula. Obviously Odyssey has gone on to expand on that and turn it into like a proper RPG, but this is like an RPG light version, and it's really good. And I bought it earlier this year and I've been playing it, and then for some reason I fell off. And whenever you fall off of a large scale RPG game like that, there's always the concern of how you get back into it, because, you know, you'll have forgotten some of the story, you'll have forgotten how to play the game or whatever. So normally what I would do is create a new save file and start over again. But this year I've come to the realisation that doing that is exactly what stops me from playing RPGs. For instance, I think I've played the intro to Dragon Age Origins 3 times. I've played the intro to Borderlands 2 about 2 or 3 times now, and you just get burned out on it, and you never get to the new bits because you're so burned out on it. But I decided to just pick up where I left off, and I was kind of surprised at how easy it was to get back into it. And I think that's mostly because the story for Origins doesn't really start properly until like a certain point, and I haven't gotten to that point. No spoilers, but it's when you meet Cleopatra. I feel like that's when the story of the game really kicks in. For me at least, because I was kind of like, okay, I guess I'm killing these dudes to avenge my son or whatever, but it seemed very bare bones. And then they were like, okay, here's like the proper actual underlying story and how it fits in with history and stuff, and I'm like, okay, I can get into this. This is more my kind of deal. But yeah, so I've been playing Origins again and having a lot of fun in that. And if you are subscribed to my alternate channel with all the clips on it and stuff, we have got Assassination Saturdays happening from now until the end of the year and into 2019, so that's pretty cool. I'm looking forward to some of those clips, including Hungry Hungry Hippos. One of my favourite clips. But because I've been playing Assassin's Creed Origins, I've been playing less Forza Horizon, so I haven't really had much chance to mess with the new route creator that came out, which I was quite excited for. So I need to go mess with that a bit more. All that really happened is I did start to make a route, but I didn't make it a perfect circuit. So like, it started in the middle of like a long road, so it went down that road, then veered off to the right, did some stuff, and then started going, it looped back around, and then it started going back down the other way of a long road, and that messed up the GPS stuff. And it was saying to me like, oh, you must turn around, you must turn around. And I crossed through the finish line, and instead of it registering that crossing the finishing line, it just completely went to shit, and all like the AI cars started driving around in circles and despawning and respawning, and it was it was quite funny. But yeah, other than that, I haven't really had much of an experience with that. But I've been playing. I don't know how much I've talked about this in previous weekly death matches, but I've been playing some Diablo 3 with season 13 going on and stuff. Me and Reese have made Crusaders, and there's some clips coming out on my other channel with that as well. And it's just been a pretty good time. And I've got to the point now where I've done all of the main seasonal objectives, but I'm still playing it because there's a particular legendary two-handed flail where if I get it, it makes my build ridiculous. My build's already ridiculous. My attack speed can go up to incredible levels, and then like my attack speed buffs like my actual damage I do as well and stuff like that. But there's this flail which kind of gives me like resource for every enemy I hit, so it basically just turns me into an unstoppable flailing machine, and I'm currently just kind of hunting for that flail. Hunting for legendaries is kind of fun in Diablo, as long as you don't get too crazy about that grind. I'm just looking forward to, because Reese has that flail, I'm just looking forward to being able to get it myself, really. Quick announcement. On Halloween I have a edited video coming out on this channel. It's called Christian vs Dead Space, and it is exactly what it says on the tin. I've never played a horror game before, so instead of going for some kind of horror survival game that would proper shit me up in like 2 minutes and I'll just immediately quit out of it, I decided to go for Dead Space, because Dead Space is a game series I've had my eye on. I've seen a bit of a Let's Play of Dead Space 2 many years ago, so I was like, hey, like years ago I picked it up in a sale and then I never played it, so I was like, hey, it's time to play Dead Space. And yeah, I got jump scared a few times, and just watch the video when it comes out on Halloween. It's fun. 6 PM UK time, Halloween. It'll be good. It'll be good. Actually, it might be. Shit! The clocks go back. I'm trying to remember how that works. 5 PM, 7 PM. One of those hours. That's when my uploads are going to start publishing, because times change. Unless YouTube deals with that automatically. I don't know. And finally, the last thing I want to say before this video ends is I finally got around to watching the last 2 episodes of Disenchanted, a Netflix series by the creators of The Simpsons and Futurama. And I didn't realise, like, it's mostly in those the last 3 episodes, I would say, like, they really start to set up like an overarching plot. And I've never seen that in a show by Simpsons and Futurama creators. So I'm very excited for that. They just confirmed I don't know if it's technically 3 more seasons, but they said new episodes coming in 2019, 2020 and 2021, so I'm very excited to see where that series goes. So yeah, that's everything I have to talk about. Sorry for the nasally voice. It's more annoying for me than it is for you. Talking in a long format like this can be a bit of a pain. But I did it for you. I suffered for you. I hope you appreciate that.